Hey everybody, George Williams Sr. here. Hey, I've been asked a few times by different people, it's like, what do you carry when you're out falling timber? So I'm going to show you my gear setup and explain some of the reasons why I do what I do. Alright, hang on just a moment, I'll get turned around. So on the ground here you'll see what I typically carry when I'm working on my day. And some of this stuff I kind of did on my own, fabricated for my own physical needs. But let's start off with my axes. Now, I got my big axe there. I hardly ever use a big axe anymore. What I do though is I get these 3-pound axes. I cut the handle off short, and then I grind a few ounces off of it. Just anything I can do to lighten my load through the day. And that gives it a place to hang on to when I'm hooking myself up a steep cliff or something too. It hooks onto different things like a ice axe a little bit. But anyway, and it makes it easier to pull out of my axe pouch when I pull it out, because I carry my axe pouch differently than most other fallers, and I'll explain that to you in a little bit. So those are my axes there. This big beast, you know, it's good to have a big axe for some heavy lifting, but I virtually never use it anymore. I can pretty much move just about everything with my little 3.5 pounders. Alright, and we're going to go over here to my boots. These are last season's boots. Actually, these are 2 seasons boots. They're Danners. I like the Danners. You know, I used to wear the big leather boots, you know, with the full calks and wood soles. But the older I got, the more they hurt my feet, and I would rather have comfortable feet. So what I do with these is I stick talons on the outside edges and on the toe, and what that does is it gives me a little more grip in the rocks. These actually swivel, and they're all replaceable. I've replaced these on multiple pairs of boots, and I almost never have to buy, actually I've never had to buy any more new talons. I just keep, when I wear out one set of boots, I just pull these off here and put them on my new set. And then these are all replaceable here too. A lot of times I will start off with number 2s and let them wear down. Get those redwood spikes on there and let them wear down. The next thing I want to show you is the helmet I use. This is the helmet that I use these days, and it's a Husqvarna. It's actually an arborist helmet. It's very much like the Ranger helmets. They've got multiple inner sections to them that flex and expand and breathe, and I usually end up putting my watch on the top of it like that with some Velcro and duct tape or Gorilla Tape. And I can tell you, these helmets have saved my life. If I had been wearing my old Mac T, like this beast, that I wore for years, I've been wearing this helmet since 1986. And if I'd been wearing this the last 4 years, I'd probably be dead now. This helmet's taken quite a few nicks and bangs and stuff. But with the newer helmet, the technology in the newer helmet is so much better. This is a plastic / carbon fiber helmet, and it's taken a few hits too. It was way better than having my old aluminum Mac T on. But this helmet here and the Ranger model, I can honestly say, has saved my life. And if you're looking, you might not look like a traditional timber faller, but I tell you what, when you get hit on the top of the head with a big branch, you don't give a crap about that. You just want something that's going to protect your noodle. Alright, next up is my safety pants. In the wintertime I wear chaps, and the rest of the time, when it's not wet, I'll just wear safety pants. It's something to have. I've never, well, I can't say never. I've nicked my safety pants a couple times, but it was pretty mild. I have sawed my chaps pretty good though. And for eye protection, I simply just wear these screens. And I paint them occasionally dark blue because with the silver on there, certain angles of the sun, or if you got shiny black, you can paint them flat black, I suppose. It glares in the sun, and there's certain times of the day when you get blinded looking through those against the sun, and it's best to darken them up. And then the next thing I did is my harness. This is my tool pouch and shoulder harness. Got the basic shoulder harness attached to a back belt here and on the back belt. We'll start off on this side. This is an extra pouch that I carry. Sometimes I'll throw a snack in there, some minor tools, little file, something to get my rakers down, my wrench, Allen wrench, just little tools that I might need if something comes loose in the woods on my saw. Some quick, easy repair kit that's on me. And the reason it's on my belt is where I've been cutting the last several years, we've been chasing the hot saw and processor. So you get a long ways away from your gear pouch and your fuel tank sometimes. So if you need to change something or get a new chain on, which that's what these are for, I keep spare sharp chains in there. It's always with me. If I dull a chain, don't waste any time walking back to my gear bag or my pack, because I have it on here. I usually carry at least 2 extra chain, sometimes 3. And I'll start off with this outside pouch. When the chain's dull on my saw, I'll go to this one, put a dull chain in there, and then I know next time I need a sharp chain, it's going to be in this one. Sometimes I'll carry an extra chain in here, but often I'll carry just some like my camera tripod or something in there if I want to take some images and stuff. This is where I carry my axe. I carry it on my shoulder pad behind my right shoulder, and everything is suspended off my shoulders with this harness. Because when I was a police officer and I was carrying my gun belt on my waist off my hips, I was finding I was having sciatica problems and my legs would go numb. So I was having the same issue with my falling belt, and my legs were going numb and my back was getting sore. So I suspended everything onto this harness. Everything suspends off my shoulders, and I have this big padded waist belt on there with my gear belt attached to it. And I don't have any issues with my back and my hips. And there's my tree jack, 40 tonner, Salt Creek tree jack. It's been a good jack. I let a buddy use it and he kind of screwed it up, so it's got a couple little issues with going down all the way. You can see it's not completely seated when it's not being in use. Still working on trying to figure that out. I run 390 Husqvarnas, 36-inch bar. And often I will paint the top covers of my Husqvarnas. People ask me, why do you paint your top covers of your Husqvarnas? Well, I'm one of those guys who have a slight color blindness, and orange is one of those colors that if I'm 100 feet away and it's laying in the brush, if I leave it out overnight, I have a hard time seeing it. So I brighten it up, lighten it up, and that takes care of that problem. My wedge pouch is on here. Often I'll carry 3 unless I'm down in some heavy stuff or along the line. I'll carry 4. And I just carry a light bag throw my waters in there, maybe an extra wedge, and another utility bag on top of that. Often, this is my piggyback. I throw a strap on that, makes it easy to carry. Throw it over my shoulder. And little A&W root beer, plastic tops on there, makes it easy pouring. I saw a guy on YouTube, Canadian cutter, and he or Washington cutter, and he uses Gatorade tops, Gatorade bottle tops. I might try that because they sit a little lower and less likely to break off, but these have been on there for about 3.5 years now. I haven't broke one off. And then just that's about it for my basic gear that I carry when I'm off in the mountains, you know, other than my water and a few snacks or something. And that's pretty much my setup for going out and slamming timber. Just a little nostalgia photo here. This was back in 2002 in Colorado when I was on the Hayman Bear Fire. Some photographer came out and they were saying they wanted to do a firefighter calendar and asked permission if they could use my image in their calendar. Of course, I've never seen the calendar, but they were gracious enough to send me a copy of the image that they took. You can see up there it says Hayman Bear Project, and that's me with my old Mac T on. This is a picture of me on a fire that was up out of Feather Falls area. And that was when I was a young man. This was back in 1988, maybe. Got some big timbers. This big old sugar pine here was a good 7.5, 8 feet across. And I managed to get another one up there. There's another picture of me on another tree. Big 6.5, 7 footer. Back when I was a young skinny man. A long time ago. And scoot down here. There's the loader lifting some of those logs. And they were pretty good timber in that day. So once again, back to my red, white, and blues. That's pretty much it for my gear setup for when I'm falling timber. Go back and watch some of my videos that are down the video list on my channel, and you'll see how I'm actually carrying my waist pack and stuff. You can see at this point I hadn't figured all that out, and I was still suffering with having low back issues and stuff because my fallen belt is basically on my hip still. But once I transferred that up over to my shoulders, it was way better. Taking that weight off my low back and putting it on my shoulders makes it a whole lot easier. All right, that's all I got for you for now. George Williams Sr., talk to you later.